In the news this week, alarming PTSD figures triggered calls for more help for Australian war veterans.
Also, citizenship row hits the Labor Party as political expert highlights internal issues. Plus, behave now or else. Police urge Leavers to be self-aware of risky situations.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Lung and Danielle Staniskov.
Good evening. Australian soldiers with post-traumatic stress have reached endemic levels, with over 4,000 young and older military veterans facing daily battles with the condition. With fallen soldiers being recognised on Remembrance Day, the RSL says more mental health recognition is needed. Nelson Liu begins our coverage.
Their mental scars of war are real, and the Returned Services League says the results are serious.
I think it's actually the tip of the iceberg.
Many young and older veterans are affected by post-traumatic stress, with between 10 and 20% affected by the condition.
It can go from long terms of exposure to difficult situations through to what's happening these days.
It's caused by trauma and experiencing death, but only emerges 7 to 10 years after soldiers leave the military.
Mental health and mental conditions are very real. They come from experiences that need to be addressed.
However, attitudes to veterans' mental health are changing, with PTSD being acknowledged more than ever. It comes as fallen World War I soldiers are being recognised on Remembrance Day. The RSL says PTSD affected by both young and old military veterans needs to be taken seriously, and the state government says veterans are being looked after in life after battle.
There is no end of support available to a veteran, both income support and health support.
And the RSL is encouraging people to help veterans if they need it.
Giving them a hand up is always important.
Nelson Liu, WAMN News.
Experts have called out opposition leader Bill Shorten to come clean about the Labor Party's internal issues over dual citizenship. Section 44 of the Constitution has caused controversy for many politicians over recent months, with more and more being added to the drama. Taylor Hannah has the details.
3 WA federal parliamentarians, Josh Wilson, Madeleine King and Sue Lines, have sparked doubts into their eligibility, calling for documentation to prove their dual citizenship renunciations.
The questions, as I understand it, is exactly when they were cleared by way of being dual citizens.
Senior politics lecturer Ian Cook explained there's concerns over how easily the rules for nominating into Parliament were skipped over.
So I think that while there's a certain amount of amusement that we can all, feel toward this, it does raise some questions about competence. It does raise questions about awareness of the political system these people are operating in.
After fronting that the Labor Party was not caught up in the citizenship saga, 2 out of the 3 WA Labor MPs that are have denied requests to provide proof.
If they believe they are not in compliance with the Constitution by reason of being a citizen of another country, then they should say so and ensure that the matter is referred to the High Court.
I think it is important that Bill Shorten, who's made a lot of capital out of this, moves quickly to resolve it one way or another.
Taylor Hannah, WAMN News.
This week, thousands of school leavers are heading down south and to Rottnest Island in celebration of completing of 12 years of schooling. Safety, alcohol and recreational drug use are a concern for parents, as recent years have depicted leavers as being wild and out of control. 40% of leavers will be aged 18, and police are urging people to be self-aware of risky situations that could arise.
I think the key message out of all of it is look after yourself and look after your friends. Enjoy yourselves, go say hi to police, go say hi to the volunteers. They're all there to help you, they're volunteering their time, and just enjoy the week.
The City of Melville is testing out a new 3-bin system in an effort to reduce the amount of rubbish being sent to landfills. 7,000 homes have a new 240-litre bin with a bright green lid, which can be used for a range of organic waste such as food scraps and garden waste, and will be collected weekly. In conjunction with the new bin, homeowners have also been given a kitchen caddy and a year's supply of compostable garbage bags for easy disposal of food waste.
I had everyone I've spoken to, they're saying that they actually love this new system. They can see that it allows them an opportunity to reduce their environmental footprint, and they can see that the benefit is there.
The trial is a $350,000 investment and will be running for 9 months.
Just 8 months after going into opposition, the Liberal Party has formed the WA Chinese Members Club to garner support from the Asian community. The club has formed at a time when ethnic community participation in WA politics increased dramatically. Former Liberal candidate for Mirrabooka Lily Chen has been appointed as the club's first president.
It's important that they become active, particularly from mainland China, actively part of the political process. Some will choose Labor, but I would argue that the traditional Chinese, the values of the Chinese community are liberal values.
More than 100 people has joined the club so far. The number is expected to grow.
Donald Trump met with China President Xi Jinping during his first trip to Beijing as US President. On Twitter, Trump has praised Mr. Xi as a highly respected, powerful representative among his people. Both sides held extensive talks to reduce trade deficit and address nuclear threats on North Korea. Meanwhile, business deals worth up to $250 billion were also signed between companies from both countries during Mr. Trump's trip. Vatican City has made a bold move by banning the sale of cigarettes, with the Pope pushing for a healthy living environment. Cigarettes will no longer be sold to employees in the city from 2018. In a statement, the Vatican says the Holy See cannot contribute to activities that damage human health. Currently, alcohol and cigarettes are sold at the Vatican's duty-free shop, but purchase rights are only given to locals with a special pass.
And finally, this week, the Return Service League held Poppy Day to raise funds and promote awareness of fallen Australian soldiers. And with anniversary next year, Poppy Ladies are planning to honour deceased troops by knitting 62,000 red poppies for the centenary.
WA have been working hard for a long time to crochet and knit their way to 62,000 poppies that will adorn the State War Memorial next year on the anniversary of the centenary of the armistice.
Eventually they will turn out similar to this with a stem, and they will all be planted in the grass to aerate the lawns of Kings Park.
And that's our weekly news and current affairs. You can catch our latest news on our website and Facebook.
Until 5:30 next Sunday, thanks for your company. Good evening.